And we are back after a break where I got some sleep. How about you?
Well, I've been looking at the T34, at the ammo rack, where it actually is. And I was shooting at the right place on the axles, but
I'm pretty sure you weren't. Pretty
I'm
sure you
trying.
weren't. Okay.
Well, then maybe not.
Well, moving on from a American or US heavy tank, we're moving on to a US medium tank. Which isn't really a medium tank, says the dear Behemoth, but it is right there with the little sign, medium tank.
It is classified as a medium.
Yes. And the price on this baby is a lot lower, and you actually get a lot more than you pay for, because this tank is actually brilliant. I have it. I bought it after I saw my modder Locustan play it a bunch, and I was like, I need that tank, because he kept on ragging in credits, and I was like, how do you do that? I don't know. I just shoot people, and they can't shoot me because of the spaced armor it has, and it has a lot of spaced armor. All of the front, down below, up top, on the face with the eyes, and on the side, these plates sticking out. That's all spaced armor. So you can't really focus on the armor stats on the right, because there's so much more going on this tank. And the rate of fire is just it's great for that tier when it has a favorable matchmaker, so it will never ever see tier 10s and very rarely tier 9s. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. You almost always get on top of the list with this tank.
Yeah.
Tier 8 battles.
And yep, just like the VK3601H, it is actually a heavy tank. And I read somewhere that they were going to change it with the VK361 to classify it as heavy tank. But in the patch, it is still a medium tank, which I think is good, because well, it is a medium heavy tank, and
Yeah.
I would just like to have it in the medium tank company. So I really like that one. But back to the Super Pershing, because that's the one we're talking about. The only real weak spot, unless you have a incredible gun that can just penetrate 2 layers of armor, which some tanks have. Some tanks just don't care about the spaced armor and just aim and just fire, and you're like, but I have spaced armor.
How does this work? Come on, I got magic.
Yep, and then you write in the chat, overpowered gun. And then you go back to the garage and cry a little bit. And then you get a much better matchmaking, and then you're like, ha ha ha, my OP armor is back. That's how I feel about it whenever I die to some gun that just, nope, just gonna shoot you right there. But that is not even a weak spot. Don't care. But the only real open and very big weak spot is on the face. And as we just learned, in the middle of the gun.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that one, but obviously you can do some damage there as well. But mostly up here, the big,
right at the tubes.
Yeah, it's weird. Not weird, but it is just a big pointer. Hit me right here, where this weird graphic is, with the tubes.
You don't actually shoot at the tubes, but you shoot into the cupola and the top of the turrets.
Yeah.
Right underneath it.
Yeah. So don't shoot down here low on the tubes. Hit right here, just right there.
Yep.
Bloop, and you'll get right through and penetrate this part. There. As we
Another
said, the
little weak spot to notice is on the front at the machine gunner's turret.
Yeah.
You can penetrate that very reliably with a decent accuracy gun.
Yeah, it has to be decent to hit that one. But we'll see when we get into the game how far away you can hit that. As we saw, the T34 actually was faster than the Super Pershing, so it is really a slow tank. You don't You don't see the Type 59 and go, I want a US model of that one, and pick the Superpershing, because then you're gonna be disappointed. The speed limit is 38, but with the engine power and the weight, it's not going to see that kind of speed limit or reach that speed limit.
Not at all.
No.
It's 500 horsepower engine with a 50-ton tank. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's just too heavy for it.
Yeah, so you can see the Type 59 is 36 tons with added weight limit to put on modules and stuff like that, and it has a 520 engine and can reach the 56 kilometers an hour. But let's get into the game and let's take some shots. You can pick something a little bit bigger, something that should be able to do some damage to this if it didn't have some space armor. Just so we can test it and show it off. And yes, hill climbing is horrible. Don't ever. If someone says, "Hey, go hill," don't. Help if it's Himmelsdorf, help down the city. Use your spaced armor to soak some shells from a long distance. And if they do die up on the hill, then turn around and help at the entrance there. But climbing the hill is just so much waste of time. So don't do it. Don't do it.
You don't ever want to climb on an uphill battle, except especially when the weak spot is on top of your tank. So if tanks are looking down upon you, they can really easily shoot at your weak spots.
Yep. So you really don't want that to happen with any tank. Any tank that has spaced armor or sloped armor, you don't want to waste time going up a hill if it's a slow tank, because if you don't get up there first, which you won't in the Superpershing, then you're exposing all of your weak spots. Even though there's only a few on the Superpershing, but still, you don't want to expose them.
But then again, when you go down the hill, it's pretty easy to keep yourself from getting damaged, because your weak spots are mostly covered.
Yeah.
But it takes just a lot of time to get on top of the hill.
Yeah. As we can see, the Ferdinand is nearly fast. It actually got into the grassy area first.
It's 2 kilometers faster than the Superpershing.
Yeah. But yeah, someone mentioned in the chat, downhill you will get this, but we're not going downhill all the time. If we need to meet someone, need some tanks, then they're going uphill, and that wouldn't be very balanced. But someone also mentioned that with the with premium shells, it can deal with some of the bigger tanks. Of course it can, and the premium shells, they jump from 170, which isn't very good at all. But with the favorable matchmaking, it is decent and it does the job. But if you meet some of the tanks where you think, God damn, I can't penetrate this one, then you can just switch to a few premium shells like I have, and either you're going to scare him away, making him think, oh my god, he knows where to hit me correctly, or they can see on your traces that you're using goal shots and they won't just peek out constantly.
Yeah.
But try and take a few shots.
Few shells available for those moments when you actually go up against a tier 9.
Yes. But take a few shots at this spaced armor and let's see if the Ferdinand can just not care about it.
Okay, frontal spaced armor.
Ouch.
Nope. It actually can damage it.
Nope.
And it has 246 penetration. So we might want to go a little low with the penetration next time.
Try my face.
Low spaced armor.
Oh.
Doesn't.
Didn't care.
Nope.
Try and hit me in the eyes. Just for fun. If you were here.
It's your right eye.
Nope.
And let's go for the left eye. Let's make a big smiley face of you.
Nope.
Why is that? Because it's spaced armor and a gun mantle.
Yep. try and hit the gun just to see if, of course, it's probably going to do damage, but let's see. Yep, okay.
Straight through the gun.
So the gun just doesn't give an F. No Fs were given. Because spaced armor is just useless right there, obviously. Great to know, because I didn't know that. That's awesome. And
you can shoot at these labs over here.
Yep.
You hit, but it's straight through.
That is both spaced armored, and if you hit it, you go through and hit nothing but thin air. Unless you hit the cheek, and you're very lucky to penetrate it from the front, of course. But from the side, I don't know if you can penetrate from the side. Let's check. Shoot the cheek.
You mostly can.
He could.
Let's try with a smaller gun.
Yep, try a much smaller gun this time. We shall see.
Which you will see. Most
These
likely
Ferdinands could not care about some of the spaced armor at some spots, like the top of the front. But I'm pretty sure that sometimes it will not penetrate anyways, but you know.
Now the VKA has 200mm penetration, so a lot lower.
Yes. Which is great for this test. And yes, I have a lot of HE shells, mostly because I came into a battle against the KV5, and he was in the cap zone. I could have killed him if I had 15 HE shells, but I only carried around 5 to 10. So I decapped him, reset the cap a few times, but then I couldn't do anything because of the distance between us and the low penetration of my gun and yada yada yada, and we lost the game because of that. So I actually don't expect to be firing 29 shots in the Super Pershing whenever I enter a battle, and if I do, then it's just shame on me for having put so many HE shells into the tank. But yep, that's why, because of one situation. Whenever the situation then shows itself with where I need more shells than 29, then I will change it back.
Okay, test number 2. 200 penetration. Will
Right
still go through.
Penetration.
Low places will probably not penetrate.
No, but that is also a little bit weird, because that's where people are taught to hit whenever you meet a tank that you can't penetrate or are uncertain with, like the previous IS-4, the big plate down at the bottom. You were taught to hit there if you didn't really have a good shot at the the driver's hatch, which also have been dealt with a little bit. Are you moving away?
Let's see what we can do with a bit of distance between us.
Okay.
I will penetrate, but no damage.
Yes.
So the distance does make a difference.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. And let's see the little viewport, the little machine gun turrets.
If you can hit it. Close.
I hit it just about it.
Yep.
Let's see it again, if I can. No, my gun isn't that accurate enough to do reliably. Hit it there.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a little bit closer because I'm the fast tank here, and we'll try and shoot under the cheeks of the spaced armor, just to see if it's sloped enough or if it is one of the bigger weak spots.
The right on the turret, the cheeks.
Yeah, the cheek under the spaced armor.
Right there.
Yep. As you can see, it's not very
sloped. It's really
sloped.
weak over there.
Yeah. It's not as sloped as some of the other parts of the turret, and we can easily see that it goes through. very easily actually. But again, it's a very small target to hit when either you're at distance and just doesn't have a very accurate gun.
And it is, of course, angled, rounded.
Yep. So if the turret is just, if it just looks a little bit to that side, of course then you should be shooting at the right side, but if you shoot at the left side, it's a lot more sloped, and there's, what the devil?
I got
Damn.
magic, man.
That is magic. You didn't even get, you got half a damage decal and
Yeah,
penetrated. That should
it
definitely
should have
not
bounced
have,
off. But
that should not have penetrated. Oh my god. Behemoth with the magic fingers and the trigger.
what most guys will actually do in my Super Pershing when I'm playing is just shoot the tracks off, try and go beneath, around it, and kill it right over there.
Yep. Can't do nothing.
Because one
about
thing
that.
with the Super Pershing is you'll get set on fire really easily.
I do.
Yeah. I solo thank you. I soloed the Super Pershing with my Chaffee once. I set him on fire twice.
Yes.
Just shoot him in the rear, right on the engine block, and he will burn to death really easily.
Okay. As you can see, the rate of fire is really good. It's less than 7 seconds. So the rate of fire is extremely well or good if you get into a skirmish with a guy that doesn't really know where to hit you, and
Just keep shooting you in the gun. And
yeah,
there's nowhere to it.
and that's the good thing about the Pershing, apart from the spaced armor, the the great, rate of fire, and you can be firing gold shells almost for full battle. If you do damage on every shell, you will earn a profit.
Yeah.
So
it's really easy to get a profit from it.
Yep. Really.
And what most guys will try to do is actually shoot HE shells at the Super Pershing because they're frustrated with, my AP shell does nothing. I need to damage him somehow. So they will shoot some HE, and because that is not very effective.
No. I will win any skirmish with a... Oh, apart from the... Nope, not even apart from the KV2. But if the KV2 is hiding and stuff like that, then you shouldn't trying to be getting a, what's it called? Trading damage with them, because that derp gun will damage modules and stuff like that. So, I have more HP than you.
Yeah.
But as you can see, the traverse speed on the Super Pershing isn't that awesome. Just like the speed in general. It's very slow turning, so using your driver skill perks for getting more traction and on ground and clutch braking is definitely some skills that are worth going for.
It is classified as medium, but it drives exactly like a heavy tank.
Yeah.
And one thing to note, the little thing on the back of the turret is actually a non-penetration box.
This one?
See? Nope. To the right, and it goes straight through, so never hit it there.
Try again.
Just behind the star, shooting it. It will go straight through.
Wow, didn't know that. I learn something every day, just like shooting the gun. Yep, you can end it by shooting the gun this time, just to see how fun it is.
Straight in the gun.
Ooh! Boom! You what?
Did I actually damage your gun instead?
Nope, you didn't do anything at all. So, even from close range, the gun isn't a really reliable spot. But if you've been bouncing all over the place, by all means, go for the gun. And if he's moving way too fast, back and forth with his head, and you can't hit the tubes on top, sure, go for the gun. You might be able to damage it.
But it's a very, very small spot to hit.
Yeah. But both me and Behemoth recommends it because, well, it's his favorite tank, and I enjoy it as well. I haven't played as much Um, uh, don't know why. Maybe because it's slow, and I've had a need for speed.
I have lately a need for speed as well, but seeing so many guys just penetrate your spaced armor but doing 0 damage every time is just hilarious to see.
Yep. And we have a. Is it a good morning tanks or? I can't remember what it is, but there is a video out there where I tank a E100 and just shoot him in the tracks and do damage by shooting him in the tracks with the 170 penetration and kill him only with the help from a Jagdtiger who shoots him once. On that, I kill him by myself. That's if you can do that in such a tank, then yeah, that's pretty crazy. And for that price, it is definitely worth buying, and you'll have plenty of gold left because even for the Super Pershing, you have to buy the package of 14,000 something 500 gold.
Yep.
So you're gonna spend money on gold or a tank, a complete tank with some gold, or a complete tank and much less gold. So yep, it's a good choice. I would
Really good choice.
I would recommend it if you don't have anything against a slow tank. Not all the maps are that big, so it's pretty good.
You will get to the fight pretty easily, but it will take some time.
Yeah,
You will have to pick where you need to go before the battle starts.
yeah.
Then
Don't just sit there and think, okay, the team is going that way, so I'll go this way. After you've been sitting there for some time, just go, go. Pick a direction
you
and
can take the damage. So just roll.
yeah. The
Okay.
French,
Perks and skills for this tank and equipment.
well, clutch braking
Yep,
definitely,
definitely.
and snapshot. Um, I began with some other skills just because back then I didn't really care about the skills. I just read a little bit about them and go. But I picked off-road driving as the first one because when you have to go somewhere and the ground is just a little bit muddy and stuff like that, then you won't be able to keep up that acceleration
And you
and
will
clutch
need the
braking.
speed for
Yep,
if an enemy goes around you.
yep. And then clutch braking to turn the tank and the spaced armor faster around. And other than that, I would actually say it's all up to you because those are only primary skills that really needs to be there. Other than that, I've picked mentor. Don't know really why because maybe I
I
could
picked
switch it.
recon for it and situational awareness just
Yeah,
because it doesn't really have that good of a view range.
yeah. I've begun recon and situational awareness on the others.
Mm.
And oh, we have to remember to say that you can train all other crews, not all other crews, but the nation of crews. As you can see, I have a T20 crew in my Pershing, Super Pershing, and in my T34, I think actually I just have the T34. Yep, T34. But if I had another American Heavy, like the E5, I could just put it over in the heavy tank. It has to be heavy tank and medium tank classed for it to work, but you can do it like that and earn some extra credits while earning, or XP on the crew while earning credits. So that's a very nice thing they did there with the premium tanks. Not a lot of people knew that from the beginning of the game, and oh my god, there's a lot of people playing today.
Really? Oh, yeah.
183,000.
Maybe it is because of the times 5.
Yeah.
And what I also recommend on this tank is uh, a toolbox and repair skills because
Yes.
people will try to track you and go around you.
Yep.
It's
I have 3 repair skills, so you can always go for more if you don't really need the safe storage. I haven't been ammo racked that much, so
uh, Amaranth isn't a problem, but always pack a fire extinguisher in this tank. Always.
yeah, always. But that has been the Super Pershing, and we'll come back and we'll speak about the last premium tank, which will be the non-armored, almost whatsoever Löwe, but great in every other way, in my opinion. And yep, see you in 5 minutes.
See ya.